So when you go out to buy coins, should you use Coinbase or Uniswap? And actually on an even higher level, the question is, should you go with a decentralized exchange or DEX or a centralized exchange or CEX? In this video, I just chose Uniswap and Coinbase because they're two of the biggest and most popular brands out there, but you can honestly insert other ones into each side of the equation and it would work just as well, like SushiSwap or 1inch or Binance or KuCoin. So what I want to do for you in this video is compare and contrast the two sides and share my nuanced recommendation as well, because I have used both of them extensively in the past. Hopefully you'll find this valuable, especially if you're a relatively new trader or investor, or you just haven't used one or the other as extensively before. So if that sounds valuable to you at all, then you know what to do. Just sit back, relax, and just keep on watching. Welcome back to Bitcoin for Beginners. I'm your host, Kevin, and in this channel, we're all about deep research, honest opinions with no frills nor fluff. As always, I leave timestamps down below for your viewing pleasure. And while you're watching this video, if you find it valuable at all, then please just smash that like button because that would help me out immensely. So first, just real quick, what are each of these exchanges in a nutshell? Let's start with Coinbase. It's a centralized exchange, official companies, so it has offices, employees, shareholders, and so forth. And it falls under strict regulations in the United States, so it has oversight, strict KYC or Know Your Customer policies. It was established back in 2012 by Brian Armstrong, and right now it's estimated to be worth roughly $75 billion by Fortune. On the other hand, Uniswap is a decentralized exchange, so it has no real company nor office, just a team of distributed developers who has built the protocol for the exchange using smart contracts on the Ethereum blockchain. And their ultimate goal is to eventually move the governance of this protocol to token holders like you and I of their Uni token. And because they're so decentralized, no regulations apply to them, so there's no KYC. Anyone can access this exchange on a permissionless basis, and adhering to the regulation is up to everyone's personal choice. V1 of Uniswap was launched back in November of 2018 and V2 in May of 2020. And the market cap of their Uni token, which is the governance token for this DEX, is roughly $5.6 billion, but it does not represent shares or ownership of anything. So first, let's start with Coinbase or the centralized exchanges and touch on some advantages. And then we'll go to disadvantages for Coinbase and then move to Uniswap, both pros and cons. So Coinbase has been in operation for a long time and operated really smoothly without many major incidents at all. Since they are a centralized company, they can be held accountable if they have any wrongdoing or any scandals per se. Because they're regulated, this makes it a lot more amenable to various types of users and customers like your institutional clients and corporations as well. Their funds are also insured, at least in their hot storage wallets. And they do have a customer support team to help you if anything breaks or anything doesn't work. Though obviously a lot of people hate on them for this because they are seemingly non-existent at times. They also have really good user experience and is super beginner friendly. So you can start on Coinbase as your very first place to access Bitcoin or Ethereum, for example, and not run into many problems or need people to explain how it works or hold your hand. But they also have more advanced features like Coinbase Pro, which have better fees and also advanced charting tools and other types of features that a more savvy investor or trader might desire. They have several coins to choose from with relatively low slippage. The average there is 0.231%, which is really top of class. They're also top of class in terms of trading volume, ranking number 4 overall in terms of exchanges. And in terms of the coins offered, they don't have that much, but they're all vetted, so you can have a lot more confidence that you won't face an exit scam from any of those projects. Coinbase also offers relatively low fees for trading purposes and for withdrawal or deposits. And they offer coins from multiple different blockchain networks besides just Ethereum. Like you have Bitcoin, Litecoin, and a bunch of other ones from their own networks. And lastly, they have a fiat on-ramp, so you can buy in with USD, cash out to USD, and transfer it back and forth to your bank. So what are some disadvantages though of using Coinbase and its cousin centralized exchanges? Well, Coinbase does offer 42 coins, but that is a really small number compared to all the possible options out there. There's also very strict KYC AML policies, like I mentioned earlier, which they have to have in order to follow the government regulations. But that's not good for our privacy, for example. If you care a lot about privacy, then this is not the place for you to go. Because also they hold your crypto, it's not your keys, not your coins. Remember that famous phrase, right? And so they have the ability to censor you and confiscate your stuff without much recourse. It's also a company, right? So they do fall the risk of going bankrupt and shutting down one day. Not anytime soon, but maybe in the future, who knows what will happen. And also, despite them following regulations, their trading system is still not completely transparent, right? So they do still fall the risk of different types of manipulation going on, spoofing, and so forth. Though, to be fair, you still might face this stuff in the DEX world as well. So that's it for the pros and cons of Coinbase and centralized exchanges. Now let's talk a little bit about the decentralized space. But before that, if you're a DeFi investor and particularly a yield farmer, then I have a really unique DeFi token I want to share with you today. It's called rAAVE, and it's by our sponsors for this video, Growth DeFi. And their ultimate goal is to make it easy for everyone to access and maximize their yield in the DeFi space with a variety of different tokens and products. rAAVE is an elastic supply token that rebases around Aave's price. And Aave, if you haven't heard of it yet, is a really popular DeFi project that's really rocketed in price in the past few days and weeks. And rAAVE has a treasury behind it that invests in other yield generating tokens and then shares that profit with its liquidity providers. You can buy this on Uniswap very soon. Actually, by the time you're watching this video, you'll probably be able to access rAAVE on Uniswap. And then you can provide liquidity to the 3 available pools and then compound your liquidity position. Check out my links in the description down below if you'd like more info about rAAVE. So, advantages of Uniswap and similar decentralized exchanges. First of all, they offer over 1,500 tokens that you can trade on this DEX. This is way more than what you can find on Coinbase. Their trading fees are relatively good. It's about 0.3%, which mostly goes to the liquidity providers. And in 2020, there was a period of time where it briefly surpassed Coinbase Pro in daily trading volume, which is amazing to hear about, because if you remember back in the days of Ether Delta, we could never imagine this happening. The current trading volume on Uniswap is around 1.4 billion, which is not that far off from Coinbase. It is less than an order of magnitude in terms of trading volume, which is quite comparable. Uniswap holds 35% of the overall DEX market share, and you can access any of the newly launched tokens on Uniswap because it's basically a permissionless project to list new tokens onto the Uniswap platform. Some other advantages is that you can potentially profit by providing liquidity onto the different Uniswap pools, but of course this is more advanced action. You also keep custody of everything and your own tokens while trading. That is the beauty of Uniswap. No need to deposit into someone else's wallet for them to take care of it for you. Though on this note, liquidity providers do deposit tokens into smart contracts, so there is a risk of that smart contract getting hacked or failing in some way, shape, or form. Another good thing about Uniswap is that it's fully transparent at all times, and you can verify all trades on the blockchain. You can look at historical actions in the past. Everything is publicly viewable on the blockchain. There's also no sign-up process. They don't need to take your social security number, none of that stuff, right? It's purely permissionless. Anybody can access Uniswap from around the world with just an Ethereum wallet. And lastly, they have more than 200 DeFi integrations with other protocols and projects, more than anything Coinbase can ever expect to offer. Now onto some disadvantages or cons for Uniswap. They only offer trading Ethereum tokens only since they're built on the Ethereum blockchain, right? So Coinbase, on the other hand, can offer things like Bitcoin, Litecoin, things with their own blockchain network that have a different protocol. On Uniswap, you're limited to Ethereum only assets, though sometimes they can bring them onto Ethereum like wrapped Bitcoin. And if you wrap other types of coins, you can do that too, but that's not as prevalent yet. So that's still a disadvantage as of this point. And at times of peak network usage for Ethereum, trading on Uniswap can be insanely expensive. Like for one trade, it could be $50 or more for gas. And so that's not good if you want to do small trades. And that is a big problem that probably won't be solved anytime soon until ETH 2.0 rolls out in the next few years. Another disadvantage is, like I mentioned before, anyone can list their token on Uniswap. And because of that, there have been a lot of scammers out there that try to list similar sounding tokens or similar ticker symbols. What that does is you think you're trading for one, but you're actually trading for their worthless one. And that's not good. You need to take advantage of token listing sites like on CoinGecko, for example, that help you verify the smart contract and make sure that it's exactly the one that you're looking for. And Uniswap is a lot younger than Coinbase, right? It's only been out for a couple of years, whereas Coinbase has been out for almost a decade now. And because of that, it's a lot more experimental and you're not sure about how it will fare in the short to midterm future. So definitely keep that in mind when you're deciding about the risk levels of using these platforms. Uniswap also doesn't offer any advanced charting or price tracking tools directly on their interface, right? So you can use extra web tools on top of it, or maybe TradingViews has some charts and so forth. There's nothing built in and well integrated at this point. And sometimes for Uniswap, depending on the token pair you're trying to access, slippage can be rather huge, like up to 0.6% for some of the larger pairs. This is much more than slippage on Coinbase. So if you're doing a larger order, it may not get you the best price. And on Uniswap, if something ever goes wrong and you're stuck, you don't know what to do, there's no customer support there, so you may have problems. They do have a great community that can help you out, but there's no customer support team available 24/7 to answer your emails, answer your chats, take your phone calls, and so forth, because it is a decentralized project, right? But this may change in the future, and I have my fingers crossed, because if you remember Ether Delta, that was so bad and people still used it. So Uniswap is worlds better, and hopefully it will have a lot of these advancements in the future. And lastly, there's no fiat on-ramp for Uniswap. So to get started, you still need to acquire your crypto some other way, perhaps starting off wiring money in and then buying Ethereum and then sending it to your wallet to interact with Uniswap. So what are my final thoughts, right? I've used both of these a lot in the past, and I like both of them for different reasons. Uniswap, I usually use it once in a while when I want to get my hands on some DeFi gem tokens. For Coinbase, I use it just to buy Bitcoin and other ones on Coinbase Pro specifically, with lower fees and more vanilla trading behavior. I personally like them both and see them both coexisting for a while. Exchanges are going to do very well. I only see them improving as they capture more value and provide more value too. Let me know what you think though. Which one do you use, whether it be Uniswap or Coinbase or some of the countless other ones out there? I'm Kevin from Bitcoin for Beginners. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys next time.